we're back in the green tunnel. It's like 7:45, started about 10 minutes back. And we're going from Neil's Gap to Dix Creek Gap, hopefully 40 miles. Let's see if we can do it in 2 nights, 3 days. Man, this is great. Beautiful, beautiful morning. No grand view, but it's good to be on a ridge. So, we're on top of some mountain, I don't know what, but this has to be one of the best campsites because they have this right here. How cool is that? Good to be back on the trail, as always. Chattahoochee National Forest. That's what this is. Just walked like a mile up straight. After the failed water experiment, we're here at Hog Pen Gap. So gotta cross the road and maybe find where the trail continues. A bear just dropped a deuce with like flies all around it, like 50 flies. The spider is laying its web. Just thought this rock was kind of cool. Fun little cliff without a view. Would be a great lunch spot, maybe. Maybe not. Low gap shelter. Supposed to be water out here. We'll see. It's gonna have rats, I can tell. Oh well. And bear bags. Awesome. We have a slightly different sleeping arrangement today. I've hung my bear bag, blue bag, there. And that is the shelter. Walk up, up, up. And my tent is actually up here because the shelter has rats, and on gut hooks it said there were bats. So I've got my tarp half up, have a little sunlight action if it doesn't rain, and there's a little fireplace here. Winding down for the night. Spot. Nice and straight. Rewards of the trail. Pretty wild. This tree has come uprooted completely and is hanging by a branch of another tree. We're finally at Unicoi Gap, which is like 10 miles away from where I was. So we've done total 21 miles thus far, and I think I might call it a day get a ride back to Dix Creek Gap, get my car, stay at a motel tonight, and see how I feel tomorrow. This stretch, Blue Mountain, was pretty brutal, and apparently there are at least 2 more mountains supposed to be even worse. So I don't want to do that today, and I have to go over the mountain to find water. So yeah, Unicoi Gap it is for today. Checking out. After a night's rest at a motel in Helen, Georgia. Really pretty place, German themed place. Had good German food and beer and ice cream. And we're back on the trail. This time headed up to Tray Mountain, which is supposed to be a beast. This is apparently the hardest section in the Georgia AT from here to Dix Creek Gap. I'm not going all the way to Dix Creek. I'm actually gonna go up to Tray, stay at a shelter on Tray Mountain, and then head back down tomorrow. But this is gorgeous hiking weather, and I'm gonna make the most of it. Ran into a gentleman by the name of Rock Kicker. He did the AT in 1984 and now is one of the folks that volunteers with the Georgia ATC, Appalachian Trail Club, to maintain the trail. And it's because of folks like Rock Kicker that the trail is the way it is, and the blazes are marked, and the trail is generally clear of stuff. It's only 18 inches, but it requires a lot of maintenance. It's 18 inches wide by 2,100 miles long. This is our destination. Shelter and water. Woohoo! Look at this campsite. I'm camping here tonight. Happy camper. So this stone contraption is called a spring box. The water source, and there's the water source, is by this concrete box, and the spring box is where people stored food because it was cooler in there because of the cool spring. Behold, Hiker Trash Gourmet, spinach wrap, pepperoni, and string cheese. So far, this has been the prettiest shelter. It's on top of a mountain, surrounded by blooming white flowers. They're everywhere. Check it out. Shelter itself is really nice. You've got bare cables in the back, and it's got a water source. That's the old campsite. How about that? Oh boy. Fireplace, not making a fire. This it gets really cold. This is really a dream. There is nobody at this shelter at any of the campsites. It's just me about to have dinner and crash here. It's surreal, not gonna lie, a little bit scary. First time I'm staying at a shelter with no people, but at least it's a shelter. Really lucky with this campsite here. Almost 7 a.m. The campsite. Not sure what you can see. It's dark. But the wind was howling all night. Good morning. All right, wrapping up the campsite. A fun little hike down. Up and down. It's never down. This is great for the soul. Right, and we're headed back. Many miles to go. I walked over a brown snake, practically stepped on it, but not very hard. Thankfully, it didn't swing back and do anything, but it was brown with 2 white stripes along its back. Not sure if it was poisonous or not, but it was kind. It was just like, hey, let go, man. And I kept walking. Before you know it, we're here, Indian Grave Gap, and we're back. All right. Another successful section hike of the Appalachian Trail.